Nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Marie Jett, and my company is called Marie's Promise Clean Home in Westchester, Pennsylvania. I started my business in August 2020, as you know, middle of COVID. Started out with a business partner. I did not start out on my own. I started to hate my job. I worked in hotels my whole life. I actually studied hospitality management back in Prague, started working in hotels back in Europe, and when I moved over here, that was all I knew. So I got a job in a hotel. I thought I was always going to work in hotels, and I just wanted to climb the corporate ladder and just become like a regional manager of hotels. But we had to lay off everyone when COVID started. So all the housekeepers got laid off, all the front desk people got laid off. My duties as an assistant general manager got eliminated. We no longer had any groups in the hotel, no weddings, nothing to oversee, no housekeeping to oversee, no front desk to oversee. So I just became a receptionist, basically picking up the phone, canceling all the reservations coming in. And I didn't know how long this was gonna last for. I was told my salary is getting cut by 30%. I was a single mom at that time. I had savings. I had probably enough to live for a year off my savings, but I did not want to have to substitute my salary for my savings. I'm like, it's not my job to pay myself to come to work. Then I also got laid off. I actually kind of asked for it. I'm like, hey, like, since everybody else got laid off, can they have their jobs back? Can they come pick up the phone and can you lay me off instead? So, yeah, that's what happened. I was home for a couple of months. I started thinking, like, how can I get myself out of this? What if we never go back to hotels the way we know them, right? Like, what if we never have international guests again? When is it going to go back to normal, and is it ever going to go back to normal? I started thinking, like, how do I get myself out? Like, what do I know? What skills do I have that I can take out of here and apply them elsewhere? Well, I was overseeing a housekeeping department in a hotel, so I had, a lot of experience knowing the standards of like how a hotel room should be cleaned properly, how to train the housekeeping staff, payroll, bookkeeping. I'm like, you know what, I can kind of like run my own little operation of people, and I really enjoyed housekeeping the most out of all the duties that I had. So I'm like, you know what, why don't I start a house cleaning business? Also, my ex-husband, he worked for Ecolab his whole life, and I told him about my idea of wanting to start a cleaning business. I'm like, there's no cleaning supplies in the stores. Can you hook me up with some Ecolab stuff, right? He's like, yeah, I can do that. So I posted it in my local moms group on Facebook. I'm like, I'm offering all these, cleaning services. I'm gonna come in and like disinfect everything, and all the germs are gonna die within 90 seconds. And like, I remember I got 12 responses within like the first hour, like me, I'm interested. Still working in the hotel, and I remember I had my pantsuit on, right? And after work, I stopped over to go do an estimate inside the home. So like I was, in my heels, in my blazer, and I'm like, I'm here to do an estimate for your for your cleaning. And then the next day I came in my cleaning uniform to actually clean the house. I did let my boss know that I would be starting my own business, but offered to stay on for another 2 months to kind of transfer all my duties over to him, because I was handling a lot of stuff that was not part of his duties, so he didn't know how to do it. He supported me all the way. He was thankful for, me staying for a couple more months. When I told him about this idea, he's like, I'll help you when you need me to. And he came and cleaned windows with me, because at first I thought I had to include windows and deep cleans, right? I'm like, I can't do all this by myself. Like, can somebody help me? So my boss was cleaning windows for me. The biggest problem I faced was finding good employees. I couldn't keep asking my boss to come clean with me. Started to look for all kinds of information online right away, looking at podcasts and Facebook groups, but I didn't invest into any help yet. Most of the reason was because I still had that business partner. He was not on board with me like investing any money. He's like, we can figure this out. Like, well, yeah, I can do it, but you're not helping. Like you put some money into it and then you're just hoping for the return on your investment, but he was not like part of the business. It was all me. Eventually got out of the business partnership, which was very expensive. And that's when I knew like I needed to start looking for help right away. So I purchased a cleaning course, then I got a private coach, and then I joined this big coaching group. But my revenues did not increase. There was nobody in the group who made any progress in the 10 months that I was in the group. When I started to realize that like there's no one I can like look up to or ask questions, like I knew like I shouldn't be here anymore. I started to look for other communities on Facebook again and came across Logan and Katie. And I noticed that a lot of people from the group that I was a part of were also in your group. So I reached out to a couple of them and just asked them about their experience. And I realized that you guys were coaching pretty much the opposite way of how I was getting coached before. I didn't make any money doing it this way, so I might as well try it the other way. So I started to join every call. I realized that they're actually growing their own businesses at the same time and sharing experiences with the community. So this wasn't just a theory. This was real-time actual experience with proven success. I had spent thousands of dollars on my previous coaching, didn't really see any financial returns, and what allowed me to trust Logan and Katie was the amount of information they were giving away for free. I was consuming everything that there was, and I thought to myself that if the free stuff is this good, how awesome can it be if I pay for more, right? There was stuff that I was asking about. You were like, you just need to join. Like, oh my God. But I remember I told my boyfriend that I found yet another coach. I'm like, however, this time I'm very confident that it will really work. This guy knows what he's talking about. I'm like, he's like, you know, a little cocky, but yeah. I'm like, it really sounds like he knows what he's talking about. So I've been working with Logan and Katie for 15 months right now. And when I started working with them, my revenues were at $25,000 and we're currently at $60,000. We did reach $65,000 before the summer, but you know, I decided to take a long vacation, and by my own fault, we dropped by 5K, but we'll get back there. We also did reach $70,000 in the running 30 days already. Just a couple more months of hard work and we'll get back there. My life is better now because I'm not stressing about money. I know how to consistently make it. I was always stressed about money when I started the business. I just felt like I was doing everything I could. The money just wasn't coming in. I was spending money on help. I was doing everything that I was told to do. I was following all the advice and it just was not working. I mean, I stopped tracking my expenses because I feel like I don't need to stress it anymore. Like, I feel good. One of the reasons I have grown so much is that I learned that I have to hire all the time. I thought, like, we have 2 amazing cleaners now. We're fully staffed, right? Like, and I also was not hiring as fast because I did not have a system of like how to get clients. I was always afraid that like now I hired another cleaner and I don't know how to get them clients. It's gonna take another 6 months before I have enough clients for this next cleaner, so I can't hire them. Right now, I know I hire a cleaner and they have a full schedule, you know, within 2 weeks. So my advice for anyone thinking about working with Logan and Katie is don't hesitate. Just jump in. First off, they're amazing humans. They actually do have your best interest in mind and they support you every step of the way. Logan's one-on-one coaching pushes you past your excuses and blind spots, while Katie brings such powerful clarity and perspective. And between the coaching and the program resources, you're getting a blueprint that actually works. That's it.
I think the one thing you said that like I felt it is like you're trying so hard and it's so frustrating when it's not working. If you only knew the work I'm doing, you knew how much I cared, you knew how much effort I'm putting into this, like you wouldn't treat me like this. It's for you to recognize that nobody else is gonna have that perspective, but like I understand it. Katie understands it, these guys understand that frustration. And for you to not push it outwards, but to keep it inwards and then turn it into serving those people better. And that's gonna be the key for you, is like that frustration you have is the signals, like you do care. You care so much, and then turn that frustration into a different thought of like, how do I take this energy, make it into a positive experience for this person, even though they might not understand what you're going through. It's not their job. It's only for you to understand that they don't understand. And if you do that, you have multi-million-dollar skills. That's the thing that is going to allow you to have that unlock, is just to see the world as a good place. It's both the hardest and easiest thing to do. If we compare ourselves to our best days, like we're gonna feel like shit most days. In the year, you're gonna have a couple weeks that suck. But if you have 48 weeks that are good, how many of you guys would take that? But if you're in the 4 weeks right now, you're like, this sucks. A lot of those times, like you're gonna be in those 4 weeks. Like when it feels like it sucks, like you're in it. Just keep pushing, because the other 48 weeks of the year, they're good weeks.